Hello, kids. How are you guys doing today? It's Jedediah and it's Pastor Emmy here with Bible Stories with Pastor Emmy at Kingswood, London. We know you're enjoying the sun like Jedediah and I are enjoying the sun. So why don't you join us today? It's Friday, which means it's our last day of Bible story readings for this week. So join us as we go through the story, Walking on Water. And this is based on Matthew chapter 14. It was a windy night at sea. Huge waves crashed against the little boat the disciples were in. Whoosh, splash. Harder, row harder. The disciples strained to get to shore. They were afraid the powerful winds and rough waters would sink their boat and they would all drown. Uh-oh. After the storm wasn't as if the storm wasn't frightening enough, the disciples then thought they saw a ghost. Ooh, a ghost. Someone or something was walking on the water, and the disciples were terrified. Ooh. Don't be afraid. It's me, the man on the water called. The disciples knew that voice. It was Jesus. Lord, if it's really you, Peter shouted back, tell me to come to you. Come, Jesus answered. Peter leaped out of the boat and started walking on top of the water towards Jesus. But when Peter realized what he was doing, he took his eyes off Jesus. He looked down at the waves crashing against his knees and started to sink. Lord, save me, Peter cried. Immediately, Jesus reached out and caught him. Why did you doubt? Jesus asked Peter as they climbed into the boat. As soon as they were in the boat, the wind died down. The disciples said, this man is truly God's son. And they began to worship Jesus. When God calls you to do something, you don't need to be afraid. He will help you and he will protect you. He is always with you and nothing is stronger than God is. All right, so kids, remember that. When God calls you to do something, God will always help you, and there is nothing too hard for God to do. All right, now Jedediah is going to help us with our trivia for today. Here you go, Jedediah.
Thank you. Today we are learning about Uganda.
All right.
Did you know of the only 786 mountain gorillas, about half of them are in Uganda?
Wow.
Bicycle and motorcycle taxis are called Boda Bodas.
Boda Bodas. Have you ever been on a Boda Bodas before?
Because of its natural beauty, Uganda is known as the Pearl of Africa.
The Pearl of Africa. That sounds really pretty, doesn't it? It must be a beautiful place. I haven't been to Uganda before. Have you been to Uganda? Are you from Uganda? That's a nice thing, isn't it? Well, thank you for joining Jedediah and I for the last Bible story reading for this week. We're going to be back next week on Monday with new Bible stories in the New Testament, and it's going to be fun. So until then, have a good weekend. Bye. Bye.